When I say bite is when you really dig in and you get a good juicy problem. His name's Shannon. One, we raised his prices from 3 grand to 10 grand. He's a fitness coach. He has tracked all of his data since May, and he's now at 50,000 a month cash collected. He's already at 40 grand like this week in fucking January. So his stats have been going up steadily. It'll fucking work. I know my shit works, dude. You can't argue it. All right. So let's what we're gonna do on this call is shadowing sessions. Okay? Because here is what I am trying to avoid, or there's something called the black hole. This is the black hole. And the black hole is what keeps people stuck. And the black hole looks like this. You don't know what to do, you don't know what to say, you're confused, so fear comes in. When there's fear there, you procrastinate on doing it because the fear is too strong. You see the numbers start to go down. Then you see easy, better, quicker marketing solution online. You justify the procrastination and buy another thing you'll procrastinate on further. You repeat it all over again. And that is a black hole.
Yeah,
That
man.
is
It
a
reminds me
long
of
cycle.
the emotion of apathy that you pointed out in one of my prospects,
Yeah.
which I've been thinking of ever since. Anyway,
Yeah. So this is the black hole. It is a little apathetic, if you stay here too long. So here's a good place to start. Anybody who is a new member of the group definitely want to contact them. All right, so we got all these people. What we want to do is we just want to like frame a good, like I'm not even gonna read it. I'm just gonna like move and just start getting a bunch of sure, yeah, definitely, let's do it. And just
Danny,
getting the process working and not
right.
not veering off the process. And just doing this on like a daily basis. Getting this shit moving. I think you need to change up your positioning a little bit.
For sure.
He's dodging it. There's so much to look forward to that I was actually thinking about how long it would take to type. Continued growth and consistency in my relationships with my kids, my partner, Alana, and my business. Deepening expansion. All right, so I'm gonna acknowledge what he said. I'm gonna see what this guy wants. So I'm gonna actually use the same. I like what I said here. He definitely didn't answer it. I'm gonna re-ask the question. So here's where a lot of people get stuck is they just go into what the last thing he said instead
Yeah,
of like re-asking the question. He didn't answer you.
right.
So I'm just gonna say nice, and then I'm gonna go here. You could change one thing about your performance right now as a man to achieve all those things. What would you change? Good. All right, 10:44. Almost there. Yeah, this is fucking perfect. Still something that I feel needs attention. So I'll say that less thinking of all the scenarios and more just making the call. Gotcha, man. Thanks for sharing. What's the biggest decision that's on your mind right now? So now we're going to expand on this. This is a skill to learn is the expansion question. I'm going to get him
Right.
talking.
Yeah, open them up. Discovery.
Good question. I'll contemplate that and let you know when I have a clear response.
Yeah, in like 2 months. That's how long it takes him to think.
Yeah, all good.
So I encountered with him all of my passivity and all. You're right. It's all my fault. I didn't close him.
What's your what was his problem?
He wanted to start a coaching business, so I created a custom offer of an 8 weeks to offer creation to actually get him closing clients because he took a coaching training, just never did it. And then he just said no, wouldn't
Doesn't
explain
want
why.
to do it.
Well, he did. He wants my help,
Oh.
but he wouldn't pay the money. He just wants everything free. Fuck. Hate free. Hate freegans. Freegans.
What we need to do is find a problem. Is like, why is it a problem for him? So this is why your offer, you got to set it up very exact. Like we're not just offering him, you want to be a better man? And he's like, yeah, all right, 5 grand. No, it's like there's a specific problem in his life that you have a patented system that fucking fixes. So the questions, you gotta set the questions up. Once this shit's all set up perfectly, I mean, you can take anybody through the process and it bites.
Yeah.
So he's been indecisive since birth. If
Yeah.
you were had more watch this, decision making since you were born, where do you feel you'd be now? So like you see watch also what I'm doing is I'm taking all of my emotions because this guy could be just straight up reject me right now. I know that. But I'm taking it all out and I'm sticking to the process. So right here I'm gonna do a price anchor here and he's gonna just it's gonna bite. When I say bite is when you really dig in and you get a good juicy problem. Like you want the
Yeah.
process to bite. You want
Yeah. An
this thing to
emotional
like,
charge.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's got
got
to
like
sting.
it's starting to gain some traction here, and that's the it's now we've taken the problem, we've wrapped it up in a nice bow. We know what the hell's going on.
You open up the pain pit and you bring them to the buying
Yeah,
pocket.
yeah, you got it, man. So I would say this is your golden question. You help people perform better as a man. Performance.
Cool.
I think that's your game, dude. Like, and just find these business guys, find guys who are, you know, sales people or whatever, and just be a performance coach. And that shit trickles into their marriage. It trickles in, or you got to pick one vertical: marriage coaching, coaching, uh, sales coaching. Pick one thing, because then what we're doing in this program, bro, is we're building a process around one thing. Now,
Here's
here's
the
the thing:
thing.
I don't care if they're a men's coach or a Bible guru or the wise old, you know, fucking wizard on the mountaintop who coaches all the men. They all got shit. And if you just
Yeah.
ask the right questions, you'll find that shit. Here we go. No more so since becoming an adult, things like clothes to wear. But I've done a lot of work around that for me in relationships, and it's been powerful, as you can attest to. The business being my own now has been a new experience. So what I'll do here, understood, yeah, yeah, bigger decisions got more weight. If you had more concise decision making since you were born, where do you feel like you'd be now? And I'm gonna make a little joke aside from better dressed. No, no, that's a little mean. He said he'd
No,
have a hard time
that's a good
deciding on
one.
clothes. Huh?
That could work. That could work for
No,
him.
because it's insinuating he's not well dressed. I don't
He
like to
wears a really
ever.
cool like cowboy hat thing. He wears
Yeah,
one like Peruvian cowboy hats, the one
yeah, yeah. So he's a cool cat. I don't want to, especially if he prides himself on his style. I wouldn't even mention it because he could take it the wrong way. What I never do is I never like comment on how somebody looks. Never want to do that. Like kind
he
of,
he
unless
goes
like they definitely got like an obvious kind of thing.
he goes live on Facebook all the time. He's been doing
Yeah.
it for years. He just talks and talks. Very trustworthy face.
All right. So I think this is good. I think what I would do if I were you is just start ripping through this list with the same process
Yep.
um for the next couple of calls, and then what we'll do is on our next one, just the whole list and stick with the process. Like don't fall off it. And then get Anne's help and then get your dashboard built out. Um once the dashboard's built out and you start tracking these numbers, man, I'll really be able to really get you moving because I'll know what you need to start doing more of and less of. I'll be able to look
Mhm.
at your response rates and your conversation rates and your booked call rates and your new due rates and your show rates, um, your close rate. I'll be able to really understand what the heck is the problem. For example, I had a client who was like, I need to start this new, she wanted to do this new membership for her thing. She's like, it'll get cash flow up. And I'm like, well, before you make that decision, show me your numbers. She took 13 sales calls and made offers to two of them. I said, that's your problem right there. If you just fix that, your cash flow would be fine.
Yeah,
But she didn't know because she didn't wasn't really looking at her numbers at all. But I catch it on the dashboard really quickly, and now she just closed a $5,800 deal. My best client, his name's Shannon. One, we raised his prices from 3 grand to 10 grand. He's a fitness coach. He has tracked all of his data since May, and he's now at 50,000 a month cash collected. He's already at 40 grand like this week in fucking January. So his stats have been going up steadily forever because I have watched his numbers and told him what to do based on the numbers for a good amount of time. That's how long it took. But he didn't change anything. He didn't have any emotional freakouts. He's very centered. That's the only reason he's been able to make it so far. You got to center yourself. You got to be an oak tree and you got to stay consistent with KPIs. That is the way out of this. The way out is the way through. You're already in this mess. You're not just backing out. You're not taking the coward's way out. Not happening. Your business will continually do this. You will stay in the black hole. You will. You gotta stick with this process. This process is like, look at this guy. This is a guy who apparently has it all together and still giving us paragraphs of problems that is probably, if I really get an answer to this question, he's gonna tell us it's cost him millions of dollars. And once he's on the hook like that, you take a call with him, he'll buy. It's about the process and you stick with it. And then if you change it and veer off, and I want you to look at the process like this. Listen here. Your sales process. It's a hairline process. Meaning, if you go left a little bit, it stops working. If you go right a little bit, it stops working. It's an exact process. And if you stick with it exactly as it is, it'll fucking work. I know my shit works, dude. You can't argue it. All right. We're gonna get this guy. This is fun. Oh my God, and this is gonna be a good one too, because when he has to think about the decision to buy, that objection handler is gonna be so clean. It's like,
the indecision one.
yeah. He says, well, I gotta think about this.
Oh, I'm
Like, I
due up
already know
for
you got to think about it. That's the whole reason we're on the call, isn't it?
yeah. I love your attitude, Dylan. I appreciate you. Thank you for
Yeah.
you're doing what I do for my clients. You're believing in me more than I
Yes.
know how to believe in myself, and you're holding my sword when I dropped it. So
You're on my back, man. It's like Lord of the Rings. We're going up to Mordor or whatever. You
I'm one
know?
minute. I don't want to be 1 minute late for this call, so
Yeah.
I
I'll
better.
see you later. Good
Okay,
job,
thank you.
brother. All right. Bye.